Right now we're at my house at La Selva, and it's the end of January 2010. And we're doing a new series of fern blogs, Drew and his crew. And Karen Arras is here. And Karen is a friend from Costa Rica. She's lived here for 15 years. She's a landscape designer, and she's here to consult with us about the use of native plants in our landscaping and beautification efforts here at La Selva. So we have just been talking about native ferns, native plants in general, and we got very excited about this caterpillar here because it means that we've got flora and fauna combined here in our little ecosystem here on my back porch. So Karen, would you like to talk more about Pro Nativas and the work that you're doing with native vegetation?
Well, Pro Nativas was an organization that was started by Willis Zukowski up in Monteverde. And the purpose of Pro Nativas is to try to encourage landscapers and nurseries and people in hotels to use native plants in the landscape. And it's not just about using the native plants. It's really about incorporating flora and fauna into your garden. This is a great example of that. What we're trying to do is encourage nurseries to look for native plants in this wonderful backyard nursery that we have in Costa Rica, and bring those back in, because most of the insects that have co-evolved with these plants use those plants for their source of laying their caterpillars and their eggs. And so the caterpillars that evolve with butterfly, as butterflies, then will only be laid on specific plants, not on plants that have been brought in from the exterior. In Costa Rica, unfortunately, when you go to a nursery, about 80% of the plants are non-native. They've been brought in from Asia, from Australia, from all over the world, and they start propagating these, and all of a sudden those plants many of them become invasive, as the kudzu has done in America. And then the country has to spend billions of dollars trying to eradicate those plants because they take over spaces that native plants would normally have, and then the insects and animals that would try to find a place to lay their eggs can't find the plants that they have coexisted with over these millions of years. So in the case of this fern, with this fabulous little caterpillar, it's wonderful to see a plant that has been eaten by an insect, because it means that you are encouraging the whole ecosystem with plants and animals and insects and birds that are all, frogs that might eat the butterfly that comes out of this caterpillar. So it's not, you can't segregate just landscaping. It's an all-inclusive art, if you want to call it that. And this is why we want to use ferns or many other native plants, but these ferns are magnificent plants to use in a landscape. And Deidre has a wonderful collection here. Some are more delicate than others, and we'll find the ones that we can propagate and use most easily that will look gorgeous in her garden at La Selva.